Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back to our channel. Hey, beautiful people over the farm. I throw away saluto. How on a day? I hope everybody is okay. Welcome to tonight's stream. Welcome. I hope you had a good day. Today is Tuesday, the 22nd of October, 2024. Like joke. The year is going to a quick end. I pray that the Lord God will keep us, He will protect us, and continue to watch over us. We will see the end of this year in peace and not in pieces. He will watch over our household, He will watch over us, He will protect us in our going out and our coming in. We will see the new year in good health and in abundance. Thank you so much, everybody. Kate, thank you so much for the message. Yeah, I got it. Yes, I got your message. Thank you so much, my dear. I appreciate you. Welcome, everybody. So yesterday we were here talking about what Kanayo and Bovi said. Today we want to shift it a little bit. We're still talking about Nollywood actors, but today we're looking at it from a different angle. I'm going to be looking at what Kate Henshaw said about Genevieve. Genevieve is one of the oldest, both of them actually are one of the oldest, they are two of the oldest Nollywood actors in the industry. And we know that there were some rumors was it last year, that Genevieve was having some mental health issues. Somebody had taken a picture, I think, in a facility that she was in the abroad. I'm not sure if it's America or somewhere around there, Sha. And the thing was going on social media. What's wrong with her? Is she all right? Because she deleted all her pictures on her page, you know. So anybody, I used to follow Genevieve when she was before she deleted her page. I don't know if she's back on Instagram posting. But what I noticed from following her back in the day was that she never used to post anybody. She doesn't post anybody. Like some celebrities, when their other of their colleagues are celebrating their birthdays, they will wish them a happy birthday. Like Kate does that. At least the ones that are close to you. You can't post everybody, obviously, but when people are close to you, they will, you celebrate them, wish them a happy birthday, appreciate them. When people are getting married, things like that, anything celebratory, or somebody buy, you will still write. People do that. Mm, but she was different. Some people will say, oh, she was minding her business. She just liked to keep on her lane. Other people will say it's like a defense mechanism, that people who don't like drama usually are like that. They just like to mind their business and things like that. However, there was something that Kate said that made me even want to talk about this. So we'll play the video and I'll just react to it very quickly. And like I said, I'm like her. I can explain why we pull away. I'm very sensitive to certain behaviors. For instance, I can look at someone and read their intentions from far away. I'm usually right in most of the cases. Okay. Mhm. So you can just read people. Wow. Okay. You're a body reader. You read. That's good. Very interesting. Thank you so much, Nnaji. Reminding everybody to please like the video. We're not staying long. Okay. If I'm going to be doing daily streams, then we cannot be staying long. Okay. So I need people to please just like and subscribe without me repeating it, intermittently. Please just subscribe, like, I beg you. Subscribe, like, and share the video if you can. There's sand though. Nick, can you hear us? There is definitely sand. So we're just going to react to that video and then we take it from there. Some people are saying I'm like her. Rebecca he says I'm like her too. Okay. Are you a loner? I think that's the word we can use to describe people like that. People who are loners. You just like to keep to yourself. You don't like, friendship is not that big of a deal. You have very few friends. Mm, Mariola said, I think something happened to her in the industry. Something just didn't seem right. I was thinking it's more like her breakup. She was rumored to be dating the Banj. I don't know if it's got anything to do with that because the Banj even sang about her back in the day. Oh. I, I, we heard that they were an item, like they were dating, but the band's mom allegedly didn't want the band to go ahead to marry her or something like that. If you remember that song, I like Genevieve, she know they drink Gary. Yeah. So I don't know, but I think from that time when their relationship fell apart and the band got married, I don't know. Maybe she took it very, very hard. It's possible. It's possible. Okay, so let's look at the video of what Kate said about Genevieve's in terms of her personality.
Yeah, I've always, but sometimes she pulls away. You pull away from everybody, and you're like, am I smelling? What's happened? What have I done? And you wonder, and you're like, there, go. And then we met at
So she said here, and this is not new. Apparently, it's an old interview on Shudi, mhm, mm, that she pulls away from people. She just pulls away, and you'll be wondering, what did I do? She just pulls away. So you can think that, okay, maybe you are friends, you are talking, you are close, and then she just pulls away. Mm. So that's what Kitch is describing, that she pulls away, and you will now be questioning yourself that, what did I do? Pulling away from people sometimes. If it's a man that does it to a woman, it's normally called ghosting. The person has ghosted you. Well, for no reason. They will not return your calls. They will not text you back. They just remain silent. It's called ghosting. So in friendship relationship, it's possible for you to ghost people as well when you just ignore them. Mm, when you just ignore the person completely like that, like somebody that you were previously vibing with, as the young people will call it, vibing, talking, maybe you've met one or two times, you go out, not every day or occasionally, all of a sudden you just pull away. Mm. So is it something that Gigi is saying that she was a loner herself, severely introverted, but have involved, she said, and love the company of like minds? Yes. So I cannot relate to people that are loners and introverts. You guys can tell I have a very bubbly personality. I like people. I'm a people's person. People are not always nice. Okay, let me just say that. I learned that at a very young age in secondary school, with all the gossip among friendship group, that friends can really, really hurt you sometimes. Family members can hurt you as well. People are not always nice, but when you're a people person, you're a people person. But the thing that you learn over time is to be selective with your friendship. You know, I used to be this person that is open to everybody. Everybody is my friend. I like people. I just like people. I like, being around people. I like people in my house. I like to engage with people. I like to, interact. I like to eat, drink, and just have a nice time with people, fellowship with people. That's the person I am. So I don't know about introvert, but I have a family member that is an introvert. And I'm starting to think that people that are too introverted, they are, I don't know, I don't want to put out a theory that is not proven scientifically, but let me ask the question: is there a link between people who are too introverted to having mental, like some struggles mentally, in terms of depression? Is there a link between it? That's the question I'm just asking. So those of you that are that you say you are introverts, do you find yourself going through periods of depression, or just low moods, not wanting to talk to people? Is that something that happens to you? Because I'm thinking, if Genevieve is the way Kate described her in that video, that she pulls away from people, and uh, this is her personality in terms of friendship. I don't know if she's the same with family, But to you that are so introverted, do you find yourself being prone to depression? Black Lotus. Every day you change your name, Dr. Ife. One day you are Black Lotus. Tomorrow you are Dr. Ife. Okay. She said, and to be introverted people are highly prone to depression. It's been scientifically proven. That's what I was looking for. I didn't want to bring my own theories because I don't like what they call it, conspiracy theories. I don't like it. So that's why I wanted to just put it as a question. But thank you for clarifying that for us, Dr. Ife. There is a link. Do you know why? Because I have family members that are like that as well. Okay? That they are extremely introverted. They will not talk to people. Everybody will be talking, they will just keep to themselves. Then next minute you see they start crying. What is it? I don't know. What happened? No reason. So yeah, that is. I mean, I'm so glad that you clarified that for us that there is a link, and a lot of people are confirming it. Rebecca, he says, yes, I know, but I'm managing it. Yeah, yeah. Introverted people. Is it that people don't like people, or is there a way for you to protect yourself? You've been hurt in the past, or that's just your nature? Kate said, my husband is an introvert, but he becomes less of that after he jam Agbero wife. Lobaton. You be Agbero, Kate. Oh my God. Okay, let me drop the link. Let me drop the link, Sissy, because this is going to be really brief. Let me drop the link. Ola said, there's definitely a link between introverts and depression. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, let's finish the video. The link is in the comment section. Jump in, CC, and give us what you learned from that documentary. I mean, this is all about learning. If you find yourself, because it's not everybody, we are different as human beings. So the way we are, the way our personalities, our socialization is different. So we don't, you can be siblings. You have the same father, the same mother. You grow up in the same house, but your personalities are completely different. It's got something to do with maybe the genes. Yeah. So we're trying to learn from this episode because Genevieve did have a mental breakdown. And Kate is saying she pulls away from people. And now we have confirmation from our comment section there saying that, yes, introverted people are prone to depression. They are prone to having some sort of mental problems. So how do you walk around this if you are so introverted? Mm. Nedu said, I'm introverted but always the therapist for my friends with bubbly personality. I love my space and really enjoy my own company. Okay, that's good to know. Faith says, I used to be extroverted but became introverted once I moved to the UK from Germany. Being in a place all your life and then relocating to a new place with new people can affect you. Yes, absolutely. When you are uprooted from your circle, where you have friends, you have your social network. That's why a lot of people who come from Nigeria struggle with the abroad. Mm, they do struggle with the abroad because, and the reason why people like us, till tomorrow, till next tomorrow, irrespective of what is happening in Nigeria, will always say, I'm not staying here at my old age, I'm retiring to Nigeria, even though it's looking so bleak at the moment. It's because of the lifestyle. Everybody in Nigeria is in everybody's business. Your neighbors are in your house. You are in their house. That is what I love. So when people relocate from Nigeria to the abroad or Africa in general, they struggle because number one, you're cut off from all your family. You're cut off from your social network. You're cut off from your social circle. You're cut off from everybody. So yeah, definitely, that's a huge part of it. Jay said, Jen wasn't always like that. She was in my class in secondary school. Ah, really? You know her? Oh, wow. She is probably trauma. Oh, was she an extrovert when you were in secondary school? Ah, okay. Mm, I see. Okay, let me finish the video. Mm, I'm using introvert, not social isolation. Okay, what I said about social isolation is just making an example about people who come from the abroad. And sometimes you can be forced to become introvert because you have nobody to engage with around your circle, because you are now in a new environment. But we are basically talking about, introverts.
Netflix shoots. This same Atkins project,
Oh,
because
right,
they
right,
took a
right.
few of us,
Yeah.
Genevieve and I from Nigeria, and Aki and Emmy Mo. So we
Right.
went to shoot a commercial. This is Netflix.
Yes, this is
The
Netflix.
one,
I remember that
yes.
2020 years
So
thereabout.
and before then we hadn't spoken for years. And she was so nice to me. When I dressed up, said, "Okay, no, I don't like this outfit. Can you just adjust?" Oh, I was like,
Like, okay.
yes, whoa. And then she left the set before us, and then she said, "Okay, I've gone. Just want to say goodbye." I'm like,
Let me look at this person.
but I respect her because despite the fact that she pulls away, I think she's like an Angelina Jolie, just want to be on your own. Don't. Yeah, I've always, but sometimes she pulls away. You pull away from everybody, and you're like, am I smelling?
So that's, I think, Kate is saying that she's nice. She's a nice person. I've met her. She gave me some, make what they call it, wardrobe advice. But she pulls away. She pulls away from people. And somebody is saying I knew her from secondary school. So we're looking at it from the point of view of people who are introverted. And now that we can establish that it's been researched and proven scientifically that there's a link between that, introverts and depression. Sissy said, did the lady know her before or after she had a child as a teenager? Of course, she may have been bubbly before she had a child out of wedlock. It won't have been easy for her. You are so spot on. That's the part I didn't think about. We often talk about teenage pregnancy here, and somebody like you, Sissy, that will tell us the story of how your mom was supportive and everything. And I often tell you that Nigerian parents, it's like you become the disgrace of the family when you're a teenage mother in Nigeria. Mhm. The Nigerian families always expect their daughters to get married. So bringing home a child at a very young age is an embarrassment to the family. Okay? And some parents are much more understanding than others, but generally it's frowned upon very seriously. It's frowned upon. So you hit on a very, very good point there, CC. That can be a factor. It can seriously be a factor because we know that she got pregnant early and had a baby at a young age. Teenage pregnancy is not a joke. Living at home with your pregnancy with your parents, yeah. They will remind you every day how you have brought disgrace to the family's name. How you didn't wait to get to your husband's house before you got pregnant. How you were sneaking around and sleeping with boys when you should be reading your books. Yeah. Some Nigerian parents are very, very, I don't want to say harsh, but they can be very, very disciplined in a way that they don't have joy. There's no joy. There's no joy. It's all about the image. Image is a big deal to the average Nigerian family. So if you bring shame, if you bring shame, mhm, yeah, that can be something that can change somebody's view of life and the way they relate to other people as well. Yeah, sometimes life happens, you never know. But that's just what we're looking at. Why does she pull off from people? Why does she just 1 minute, she's talking to you, then if you send her a message, she will not even answer. She just ghost you. Why? Okay, Cece, welcome. You said
Hey, Auntie
you
B.
listen to. Hello, darling. How are you?
I'm good. And sorry, let's just say happy birthday to our Toby. To your Toby. Is it
Hey,
not his
thank
birthday?
you.
Wishing him biggest happy birthday from his
The man.
aunties, online aunties.
Yeah, yes. It's a 20-year-old man. That's what I called him this morning.
20. I can't
20-year-old man.
believe it.
Can you believe
I can't believe
Toby's
it.
20? I'm telling you. It's a grown man now.
I think I started watching
Mm.
your video when I think I saw his first video with you when you were doing something about secondary school. And if I go back
Yes,
to that video, it's like two different
he's
people.
still there. He's still
It's
there.
still
That video
there.
is still there. His
It
voice.
popped up a few months ago, and I was just laughing. And he's a big man
Let me
now.
make you
Wow, we
laugh.
thank God.
See,
We
his
thank
voice had
God.
not even broken at that video. He was
At
a teenager.
all.
His
I can't
voice has
believe
not
it.
broken.
So sweet.
Now
And you
he's
were walking them to school.
he's living his best life now. My son is living his best life as I'm talking to you. He's got a luxury apartment somewhere in Canary Wharf that is
Hey, I
is
trust
chopping.
him. Is he not our nephew? Is he
He
not
didn't
our
even
soft life nephew?
he didn't even plan birthday with us. He planned birthday with his friends. I say,
Please leave
see
Toby
life.
alone. Birthday reviews in the
We are
past.
left behind
Forget
already.
about it.
Then
Forget about
he
it.
got there and he was doing video. Mom, look, he's on suit. He's on suit. This is my bedroom. I say, hey, see life.
Hmm.
Child,
Enjoyment.
child,
Soft life. You're handing the baton
enjoyment.
over, but biggest
I
happy
am.
birthday to him. Ye- Biggest happy birthday to
Thank
him. God
you.
bless
Thank
him. Yeah. Okay.
man.
So this topic.
Thank
So
you.
the link. So yeah, I watched this documentary a few years ago actually. So people who are saying, oh, there's no link, there's a massive link. There is 100% a link between people who have introverted personalities to mental health. And the main reason is because when you're an introvert, you isolate yourself and you're not community focused, right? You're not a social person. You tend to pull away, you tend to keep yourself to yourself. And in those times when you keep yourself to yourself, these are the things that happen. You're isolating yourself. Okay, people who are introverts tend to be perfectionists, so they're always self-critical of themselves, of everything that they
Mhm,
do, of maybe what people are thinking. They're over analyzing, looking so deeply into something very small and minute and blowing it up and overthinking. And because they
mhm.
overthink, it leads to them being stressed, right? If you're
Because they
always
live in their
critical,
head. They're always
because they
living in
live in
their
their
head.
head. They're always living in their head.
Mhm,
Something could be black and white, but they'll still be trying to look for the gray and trying to figure out the gray and think, why was it not a white? Why was it not like, do you understand? So that overthinking leads to over. And then when you're in social settings, they tend to be very overstimulated. So you can be in a party, these introverts will be sat in one corner, but mentally they're stressed, they're overwhelmed, they're getting anxiety.
yes.
There's too many people they need to talk to. There's so of course you're gonna pull away, right? And then another thing I think that
Mhm,
documentary mentioned is when they isolate, they tend to isolate themselves. So they don't speak with friends, whether that's on the phone or texting or keeping involved. So the more you do that, and especially in this social era that we're in, people want to check up on you, but eventually people will stop checking up on you. If I call you Auntie B every time and we're not interacting, even though I don't see you all the time, we
yes.
still interact.
Mhm,
We message each other, we
yes.
WhatsApp, we send voice notes, you
Mhm,
send me memes, we
mhm,
interact. I don't have to see you every day, but we still have a relationship, right? But if you're somebody who's an
yes.
introvert,
Yes.
you don't maintain that level of connection with people. So over time, the people
Yes.
in your circle, they're not going to check up on you. So you
They
feel
get
more
tired. They'll get
isolated.
tired. Yeah.
They get
Yeah.
tired, and in
Yeah.
that isolation
Mhm,
you that contributes to mental health. Being isolated is the number one, it's like one of the main things that when people start having mental health issues, they start pulling away from people. They don't want to talk to people, they don't want to see people, they don't want to message people, they don't want people to visit them. It's the number one thing, you pull away. And in that isolation, if you're now overthinking, depression sets in, your well-being starts
mhm.
decreasing. All of these things, is all of these components added together. The type of person, somebody who's an introvert, they tend to always have mental health issues, because these are things that naturally, as people who are community beings that we are, we have to be around people. You have to be around people to
Mhm.
thrive, right? That's why they say people
Yeah.
who are have more social, like, they have more of a community, they have friends, they tend to have better mental health. That's a fact. Your physical health
Yeah.
tends to be better. Your lifespan, for people who are social, people who have people around them that check in on them, they have friends, they
Mhm.
have family, they have longer lifespan, right? So, and you
Hmm.
have a sense of belonging. That's the main thing, a sense of
Right.
belonging where you feel that you're loved, you're cared for, you're valued. But people who are introverts, you're already in your own head, in your own bubble. So, how can you have a good
Mhm.
mental health or positive look and have good physical health, healthy lifespan when you don't even belong anywhere? No one is checking on you. And it's not because
And
people don't want to, it's because people get tired. I
yeah.
can't keep calling you and inviting you places and you don't come. I come to your house, you don't let me in, or you don't want to talk. People have their own lives, and nowadays nobody's going to force
Yeah.
you. So eventually, people will pull away, and you just
Mhm.
become isolated.
It will.
So if you think so, there's
It
a
will.
link,
I
a big
mean,
link.
yeah, yeah. So, I mean, what you said, obviously, some people are saying, oh, I'm introverted, but I don't have mental health. Oh, obviously, it's not everybody that is going to have, but there's a link. That's the point.
I
Okay.
didn't think.
There
I
is
think
a
somebody's
link.
saying that there's
You didn't
they
say,
tend to be. I didn't say always. I said there's a link. There's a
yeah,
big
there
link
is a
between
link. That's
people
what
who
we're
are introverted. They tend to have more mental
saying.
health. Go and fact check.
Hmm.
The information is out there for people to see. Go and find it. But it does. There is a
I'm
big
even
link, and that's what Auntie
thinking,
was asking. I feel
yeah,
like
I'm
that's
even
maybe what's wrong
thinking,
with her.
yeah, I'm
She
even
could be
thinking with
having all
respect
these
to
things.
relationship as well. Yeah, you know where I'm even thinking with respect to relationships as well. I know she dated the Banj, and that relationship ended. Obviously, I heard. I mean,
That's what
from
I
gossips
think.
around, social media street. The Banj, they were really an item. They were in love and all that, but the Banj's mother didn't want her because she had a child already, which is
Oh
something very
wow.
typical. I don't know how far it's true. It's allegedly, yeah. But I mean, I
Um,
can see Nigerian mothers doing that. They'll say, my son doesn't have a child. Why is he going to marry a single mother? Yeah.
and even
Anyway,
somebody of her
but
status at that
again,
time. Mm.
yeah. But then again, I can't, where I'm trying to relate it to now is in terms of relationship. I'm thinking if you are introverted to that point, isn't that going to impact on you being able to form even relationship? I'm talking about love relationship now, with men. Because
Of
if
course
you're
it will.
introverted, chances are you don't go out a lot, so you don't socialize a lot. Where are you gonna meet people if you're a
So,
homebody,
so,
you're
so
watching Netflix all the time?
yeah, that's the problem because you're self-critical, you isolate yourself, you're going to find it hard to maintain relationships with people. So it's romantic relationships, friendships, and even work opportunities, right? But most times people force themselves because work, you still have to put a roof over your head, you still have to eat. Those are like the main things that, I mean, it's a necessity, right? It's always it's you need to do them. So you'll force yourself out of those, the uncomfortability of being around people because you need to work, you need to network, and she has to get a job done, right? But then once that job is done,
Hmm.
or maybe when she's offset, she's back in her hole and back in her isolation, right?
Yeah,
So of course, I think it will be
yeah,
difficult for her to maintain a romantic relationship because where's she gonna meet people? Who's she gonna date? If you
yeah.
don't go anywhere, you don't do
Yeah.
anything, and things like that. So it's possible, 100%.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Actually, yeah. That's I'm looking at it from that angle as well because I know for sure that people who are out there, the extroverted people and people who go out a lot. Let's just even forget about personality. If you are an outgoing person, you are someone that is always out, you are more likely to meet people. And I'm talking about romance now, not even friendship, because you don't even have to have friends. Some people don't have friends. The only friends they have are family members. They don't have friends, maybe one or two friends, and they're okay. Some people don't even like friends, having friends. Okay. But people who go out a lot, that are always out there, they meet people. You are more exposed to meeting people for romantic relationships more. So I'm just looking at it again from that angle that if you are this person that I like my place, my space. I see a lot of people in the comment section saying I don't like drama. I like my space. I like my space. Someone, I think I read a comment here. Someone saying,
That's
"Let's talk
different.
on
That's
the
not the
phone."
same. That's me. You liking like me, for example. I can be both. I can be, me, you've met me, we've been around each other. I can be very social, but then I also love my alone time. I love when my kids are not around, I'm in my room, or even if the kids are in the house, I'm in my room. I don't want to be bothered. I want to be on my Netflix. I just want to chill. I don't want to answer my phone. I don't want to talk to anybody. I can be like that sometimes,
Mm,
right? That's not the same as,
yeah.
oh, I like to stay out of
Mhm.
drama. That's not the kind of introverted personality that we're talking about. We're talking about these people on a daily, they struggle with having social relationships and putting themselves out there. It's not the same as, oh yeah, on a weekend I don't want to talk to people, I just want to be by myself. It's not the same thing. So I think people are mixing that up. It's not what we're talking about.
Vivi said, I completely disagree. Why do extroverted people think that introverted people are sad?
Okay,
Keeping
you're
one's own
happy.
space. No, no, we're not making generalized comments here. Okay. I don't want people to feel like this is a debate between extroverted people and introverted people. No, that's not the point. If you're looking at it from that angle, you've missed the whole point of the show tonight. That's not what we're looking at. I'm looking at the link between people who are introverted, like Kate said. She pulls away for no reason. And the link, which we've now established that there's a link between that and having depression or whatever mental problems. And it's not to say that everybody that is introverted is going to have mental health issues. Okay, so please get that. All the introverted people in the house, please get
And then
that.
also a consistent thing for people who have introverted personalities, right? Their main characteristics of these types of people is they tend to be perfectionist, and they're also very self-critical. So those are two opposite things. You're a perfectionist, you like things done perfectly, and we don't live in a perfect world. We're not perfect people, so you will never be able to attain that level of perfection in life anyway. So you're already setting yourself. And then they're
Mhm.
also self-critical. They tend to be self-critical. When you're self-critical, everything that you do, you never feel satisfied, right? Whether it's your life, whether it's something around themselves or their life. That those two characteristics of a person, if you're always a perfectionist and you know you can't attain perfection, you're self-critical, it will lead to stress. It will lead to mental,
Yeah.
physical exhaustion, right? Because you're always overthinking,
Mhm,
you're
mhm.
always in your head. So you cannot tell me that those people are always happy. So if that person is saying that,
Okay.
you're just being defensive when the facts is it's plain to see what's out there. I'm not saying it. I'm not a medical health expert, but I read. It's not very difficult. Just Google characteristics of introverts and see there's a big link between that. And it's normally
Mhm.
because of these things, because they tend to be perfectionists and they tend to be self-critical. If you're a self-critical person, there's nothing that you're going to do. Somebody like Genevieve, people will look at her and think she's beautiful. She's had a career for years, a very successful career, and she could probably go on and do acting, but where do you see her? You don't really see her putting herself out there, right? It could be not
No,
because of
she
her
doesn't.
talent.
She
It
doesn't.
could be because
Mm,
she's criticized. She doesn't think she's maybe good enough. She doesn't think,
mm,
oh, she's in her head thinking. Because Genevieve should be like one of the top actresses in Nollywood right now. I hardly see her. I hardly see her.
No, she's not. I mean, she's not been acting for a while. I know she did release a movie recently, but
And she
again,
released a
another aspect
movie.
of it I'm looking at. Yeah, she did. She released a movie that she attended. Yeah, I think it was last year. I saw that she released a movie, but she's not been acting for a few years now, to be honest. Another thing is that I'm thinking. Another aspect of it that I'm looking at is that somebody like Genevieve can just be. She can just be maybe the reason why she's not out there attending all these events is because she's proud. You know, yeah,
Because she's
pride
what,
can be an
Auntie?
aspect of it. Because
Because she's
pride that
proud.
she's proud, yes,
Oh.
is an aspect of it that you can consider as well. I'm not saying she is, but I'm just saying that it's something that is worth considering as well. That the reason why, like 2 days ago, Toke Makinwa had her 40th birthday, and all these celebrities were there. You always see celebrities like Rita Dominic, Kate herself, Shafi Belo. They are always attending events, always. Where you see some celebrities like Genevieve never goes anywhere. So I'm just looking at it that I'm not saying she is proud, but it's something that is what's contributing. Could she be pride that I don't have time for all these people anyway?
Or maybe she feels
Thank you,
like she can't relate
Cece.
to
Let me
them. You're welcome. You're
yeah.
welcome. Let me let somebody else jump on.
Appreciate
Mm.
you, darling. Yeah. Let me bring in Black Lotus. Dr. Ifes. I want to read this statement to you. It says, unmute yourself, darling. Uni
Hi,
said,
hi,
it's
Auntie
not
B.
true. Hello, darling. Uni said, it's not true. Introverts don't always tend to have mental health issues. You are confusing introversion to social anxiety, and they are not the same thing. So, a lot of the introverts in the house tonight are very defensive. They are protecting their territory and saying that we are confusing introverts. So, being an introvert to having social anxiety.
Auntie B, good afternoon. Good afternoon,
Mm,
Obodo fam. I think people
welcome,
are
welcome.
getting it all wrong. We never said they have mental health issues. No, that wasn't what we said. What we said, if I get you correctly, Auntie B, is that they are more prone to having
That's what I said. I even asked the
they
question. I say,
we
is
did
there a
not.
link?
There is a link, a big link. There is a lot of articles out there that has, that support this claim. But we are not saying they have mental health issues. I mean, anybody can have mental health issues. Is not
Of course.
is not personality specific, neither is it gender specific. Auntie B, I also want to shock you. Do you know that even male introverts are even more prone, 3 times prone to have mental health issues than the females? What about
The
that?
male introvert.
Yes, they are even more prone.
Wow.
So are we
Okay.
not going to say the
Right.
men will say no, I'm not? It's just science, is what is out there. You don't argue with facts, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
don't argue with facts.
Mm-hmm.
It's out there. Introverts are more prone. That doesn't mean that we don't have introverted people that
All of
don't
them,
have,
yeah. It's not to
you
say
know,
that all of them. People like Vivi, they are
exactly.
really fighting their cause tonight. No, you don't need to. We're not saying that
Yeah,
all. I think what you need to, what we're saying is that they are more prone. Yeah,
yeah. If you,
more
it's
prone.
more
There's a
like saying
link.
that if you pick 10 introverted people, you are likely to see about 5 that are introvert, that have mental health issues, than when you pick 10 extroverted people, you might likely see like 2. That doesn't mean that it cut across. It's just a, is a study, is a sample. Maybe, yeah, you are
Yeah,
introverted, you don't have issues. Fine. Auntie B, I was
good.
once an
Mm-hmm.
introvert. I'm telling you, and I have
Mm-hmm.
a son, a 14-year-old son that is just like me. But I, at some point,
Thank
I,
you for
I,
bringing up.
I
You
just
know
noticed
what,
that
Black Lotus?
this is
Thank you
not.
so much, Otefe.
Yeah,
I like the fact that you brought up your son's zone because I have a child like that too.
yeah,
This boy is so introverted. He will not talk. He just keeps to himself. And I'm wondering, am I the mother of this child? Because this is not me. You understand? So, yeah,
yes,
that's why I'm looking at it critically to see, personality and, this being introverted. And I'm glad that you said that even men, it's even worse for them. So you are
yes.
on to something there. Please carry on. Carry on.
Okay, so, and the reason for men is obvious. Naturally, even
Hmm.
an extroverted man don't share his feelings. Not to now talk of someone that is introverted. You get what I mean? Is even more worse for
Yeah.
them. And like what Sissy
Yeah.
said, she's 100% correct. They are very self-critical. No matter what they do, they
Hmm.
don't see as if it's perfect. They want everything very crisp. And that is why it's even more worse for them, because they self-sabotage themselves, and because they don't talk about it, everything they digest everything internally, and it's
Hmm.
more dangerous when you do that. So, and also because of the overthinking thing, do you know, too much thinking generally is not good. Not to talk of someone that has this personality and now you are overthinking it again. It's double jeopardy to the brain. So that's
Yeah.
one of those reasons why they are more prone to mental health issues. Do you understand? I was
Right.
once an
Hmm.
introverted person, and I'm still
Hmm.
introverted in some circumstances, but I've been able to reprogram myself. It's not easy, but when you see me, sometimes I can be very quiet for days, and sometimes I will just be out there. I just keep telling myself that now that I have a son that is like this, I know how this thing affected me. I don't want him to go through the same thing,
Yes.
so I have to
Yes.
come
Yeah. I
out of
mean,
my shell so that I can help him.
yes.
Do you
You can
understand?
help your
So
son. Yeah, that's the
yeah,
point. I don't know why people are so the introverted people in the comment section are so defensive. You don't need to be. This is about learning.
because
You
one
can
and
have
to
a
be,
child that is introverted.
yes,
You
and
know
if
how
you
many
don't
children are
admit that
suffering
you
from
have it, you cannot
depression?
identify it
Yes,
because
this is about learning. It's not to say
yes,
that people are who are extroverts. In fact, some comedians, they will tell you that comedians are likely to be depressed, and some
yes,
comedians will buy
yeah,
even though they
very
make people
true,
happy. So you
very
guys
true.
don't look at it from the point of view of like somebody is criticizing you. You are who you are. Somebody in the
Auntie
comment
B, do
section
you
said,
remember
don't
this
force people to be what
comedian?
they are not.
Yeah, do you remember this comedian that just finished a comedy show and went home and just spied himself? One will have seen that one
Yes,
like,
this is
oh,
about learning.
this man is
Yeah.
very house. What could have happened to him? He was noticing something inside him that nobody could
Robin
understand.
Williams.
So it is not personality
Yes.
specific. Please, that's just what I want to clarify. But they are more prone to it because they don't share, they don't talk to anybody. Do you understand? Even as I am
Hmm.
now, if anything happens to my son, before I could get through him, I have to make it personal. I'll be like, I understand what you're going to. I have been there. So when he sees that I can relate with him, then he would reluctantly open up. But if I don't, if I'm not able to spot that in him and say that's how he is, I cannot help him. And if care is not taken as a man,
Yes.
he will grow up and it gets worse, especially in this
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of learning that we can
I'm
take from
telling
this.
you.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
when as a
Yeah.
teenager is even
Somebody
worse.
said
Now
something,
you are a
yeah.
man.
Dr. Fez, sorry, somebody said something. Where is the comment? I pinned it before. Modetilu Zesha. You know, I was saying something about how Genevieve is possible that she's just proud. That's why she
Yeah.
doesn't, engage with other people. Somebody, Jay, said something that, yeah, that she's always been proud. And she said they went
Hmm.
to secondary school together.
Hmm.
So pride can come into, some people that will just feel like, you're not in my level. I can't be friends with you. Okay, I've seen it. Jen said, Jen hasn't changed a bit. She has always been so proud and feels no one is in her league.
Hmm.
And when you do this, then none will come around after some time. This
Wow.
this goes back to what Sissy was saying, that if I'm calling you, I will call you. How are you now? Checking up on you. With gist, I will call you again. I will text you, send you maybe one or two funny video. If you don't call me back, after a while, I won't call you
I'll
again.
get tired. Yeah.
It's the natural. No, relationship is
Hmm.
always two ways. Yeah, it's
True.
back and forth. If it's only one way, then no, it won't work. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
what I want to say to a lot of people who say they are introverted listening to this, I don't know why people are feeling attacked. This is not the intention behind this show tonight. It's for learning purposes, for you to be aware. Nobody is saying that you are depressed or that you are suffering from mental health. You can have a child, just like you said, Dr. Fair. You can
Mm-hmm.
have a child who will inherit that. You need to know how to
Very.
help
You
them.
are very correct. Yes, you are correct. You're correct. And the
Yeah.
reason why they are prone to this thing is because of the social withdrawal, right? Because they withdraw and they process their emotions most times internally. Do you understand? And because they process
Yeah.
their emotions internally, they don't have a good outlet, so they are very sensitive. Little stimuli
Yeah.
like that
Very
can tip them
extremely
off.
sensitive.
They are.
Cry very
I'm
easily.
telling
Before
you.
you say anything, they are crying. You say, what are you
Mm-hmm.
crying for now? Nothing. Nothing. Because the living in the head part of it, I knew that one already from my experience with my child. Because he lives in his head. I can tell. Because he will not talk much.
Mm-hmm.
Very intelligent, very knowledgeable about a lot of things, just choose to keep to himself. And I'm wondering, this is me that is always bubbly, talking, talking, talking. Why won't you talk? You say, I'm all right. You check on him 1 million times. Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm okay,
And
but he won't talk.
Auntie B,
So
do you
yeah.
know another thing? Because they don't talk, they are easily misdiagnosed when they have issues. People
Hmm.
they don't get to know what is wrong with them on time, and that alone can lead to what we do. Do you know because they think internally too much? I don't want to use this word. SUICIDA. The ideation is very high in them.
Yes. Yes.
Especially
Absolutely.
it's
Absolutely.
very high, and the especially and now as a man, if you don't train them enough to be able to accept rejection when they have issues in
Hmm.
relationship and everything,
Hmm.
they don't handle
Hmm.
it well. I'm telling you, I'm not saying this is
So a
100% for
lot of
everybody. Let us get this right. It's not
unfortunately,
100% for
even for
everybody.
research is never for everybody. You
Exactly.
look, it's not, Vivi, I don't know why you are feeling so attacked this night. You are saying that it's misinformation. Vivi, are we okay? Because the way you are taking this tonight, you feel personally attacked. Why?
And
Nobody
to be,
is
maybe
attacking you,
maybe I
but
should let her know. Maybe I should let her know that what I'm saying, I'm not saying it because
why, no,
uh-huh.
no, no. The fact that she's feeling so sensitive about it worries me.
Okay.
You
Because
know, it worries me
I'm
that
saying it,
we are
I'm
talking
saying it based,
generally and you
yeah.
are taking it very personal. Why? Why are you taking it so personal? Why are you so sensitive to the topic? That's something you need to figure out because I don't understand. We are not
Auntie
calling
B, we
anybody's
talked
name. We're
about
just
it.
talking about.
They have heightened sensitivity. Auntie B, you shouldn't be surprised now. That I think that's part of what is playing here.
Mm,
They are very sensitive to issues, to things. So maybe that's what is playing out here.
yeah,
But just to give a background,
yeah. You
I'm
shouldn't.
not
Don't
saying
take it
it
that
just
way. It's
because,
not.
yeah,
It's not
it's
to
some
criticize anybody. No, nobody is criticizing
exactly.
anybody.
It's something
Mm.
I deal with
Okay, go
every
ahead, my
day.
dear.
Just to give a background, it's something I deal with every day. I see a lot of clients every day with this kind of. So it's not that maybe I read it from a book. Or it's a practical experience for me, and based on who the
Mm-hmm.
people I have a son with this issue, and I deal with people with this issue. I also have gone through it, so I'm not talking based on hearsay. It's more like personal experience and the people that I've worked with and scientific research that backs this up.
Okay. Okay, it's good to hear that. I mean, even for the children, the fact that a lot of people are saying this is my child, this is my child. A woman reached out to me about a week ago saying, I don't know what to do. My child needs help. That she won't talk to anybody. She's been bullied in school, and she's worried about her because she just she's not engaging at home and everything. I said, get her a therapist ASAP. If she's not
Yes.
opening up to you, she's not talking to you, you need to get her help. So if we are looking at it holistically, this is not even about us. We are balagbas, we are old, we are adults. We're also looking at it from the point of view of the children, just like you said, Dr. Ife, that you have a child like
Mm.
that. Children have different, present differently. So if you have a child like that, how are you going to help them? So I want people to look at it from that angle. This is not an attack. I don't know how many times I have to say it. It's not an attack on introverts. You can be introvert, you can be an extrovert. It doesn't matter. You
And
are unique the way
some
you are.
people are mixed. Some people are mixed based on the situation they
Yeah, they
find
can.
themselves.
Yeah, yes.
Some people are mixed.
Mm-hmm.
But the
Mm-hmm.
whole essence of this talk today is so that we can learn the signs, know how to help them, and know that having this thing is not a big deal. You understand? When you can relate it home like that, you know that yes,
It's being aware. Self awareness
I'm
is very
telling you,
good.
because
I
if you
like
are not
somebody said
aware,
earlier on. Yeah, somebody said that I'm like that. My children have made me aware of it that I'm like that. I did pin it before. Yeah, it's Lady Yogi. Lady Yogi said I'm an introvert and an overthinker. My children have made me become a screaming introvert. It's difficult to deal with. Yeah, it's just self awareness is
and that's the
important.
first step to
You
you
know,
managing it. If you are not aware of
yeah.
what you're dealing with, you will not seek help. So the whole essence of it is just
Mm,
that when you notice this in anybody, even in yourself, seek help. It's okay,
mm,
because one of the
yeah,
main issue
yeah,
they struggle with is trust.
yeah.
They find it hard to
Okay.
really trust somebody. So seeking help will help them in that aspect. Thank you so much, Auntie
Mhm,
B.
mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ife. I love and appreciate you. Thank you for bringing in that knowledge. We always appreciate you. Thank you, my love. God bless you. Okay. Uh Extroverted people are saying introverted people are misunderstood. Everybody is misunderstood in this world, whatever you are. Extrovert, introvert, or top over, down over. Everybody, we are all misunderstood. I beg. Efinyele, leave that. If you are enjoying this conversation, give us a thumbs up, okay? Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. People are not liking. We have 509 people watching, and the likes is not up to 200. Please give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I'll come to you, Ify. Let me take Ola. Hi. Is that Kidola?
Yes, that's me. And good evening, Auntie B. Can you hear me?
Yes, welcome.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, okay. And thank you for all you do. And I want to appreciate the first two callers that are Dr. Ife and Sisi. They've really dealt with this
Mm-hmm.
topic very well. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
an introvert. That's for one.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And people should not misunderstand what they are saying about there's a link. There's definitely a
Mm-hmm.
link. And one critical thing that the two of them mentioned that I myself I know is the self-criticism.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very I have a very self-critical about myself.
Right.
And in my own case, I would say it started from my childhood. And that really makes me to be an introvert because
Okay.
being the only child of my mother from a very big polygamous house, so it's like I'm
Mm-hmm.
always to myself. Do you get my point there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
always to myself. What I do is I read and I listen to music a lot. I kind of
Mm-hmm.
find solace in listening to music, so that makes me to be even more and more retrieving to myself.
Yeah.
And I'll say one thing, I don't really want to go that too much, but you see that self-criticism is
Mm-hmm.
we are always in our head.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm in my 50s and I have a very good profession. I'm a chartered accountant.
Mm-hmm.
But that
Mm-hmm.
self-criticism sometimes affect me at work in the sense that
Yeah.
sometimes I'll do some things. Ṣé mọ̀, ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ Yorùbá.
Mm-hmm.
Ṣé mọ̀ kí
Mm-hmm.
nígbà míì èèyàn á ṣe nǹkan màá tí ibi tí mo ti ń criticize ara mi, I'll be finding fault in what I've done.
Mm-hmm.
And that will not make me to have the confidence to present it.
Right.
Luckily, I have a very good I was managed by one manager before. That guy really helped me in the
Mm-hmm.
sense that he would tell me, don't worry, even if you make mistake, bring it up and bring it up. There's a Do you know at some point I'll do things I will be hiding it for people to know that I
Mm-hmm.
only don't want to take
Mm-hmm.
credit. You get what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm always very shy to take credit for what I've done. And that
Wow.
guy will be telling me, no, 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 you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing that. It is what you
Wow.
should be proud of yourself doing. So it's like
Wow.
that self-criticism is the kind of the key one there that I pick in
Mm-hmm.
all what they're saying. The
Mm-hmm.
self-criticism. Introvert always have that. I have that. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm fighting to make sure I let myself out, and thank God I have a very good wife that is helping me. But
Yeah.
even with my family and my wife, sometimes I still like that privacy. I still like to keep to myself. I still like to listen to music that I don't. Sometimes when I'm in a party, at some point when I see
Mm-hmm.
crowd, I I kind of always want to withdraw because I so much enjoy that my own
Solitude.
confinement, my own
Yes.
space and everything. So
Yes.
I I
Yes.
I make a joke a lot, and it's like when I'm with people, I like it and I love it, I enjoy it. But at some point, I'll just feel like, oh no, I'm tired. Let me just go and but what I really want to say is that that self-criticism is always there for us, and
It's always there.
people should not misunderstand this thing. They are not saying introvert
Mm-hmm.
people have mental issues. They say it's linked. It could they are prone.
There is
When
a
when
link.
they say the word prone
Mm-hmm.
means they can easily get to that road.
Right. Right.
That's just my own
Hmm.
contribution. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ola. I thoroughly enjoyed the conversation. And may I say that you're doing well for you to be able to call into this show to contribute on this platform. It means that you're doing well. You are doing well. So I'm really, really proud of you. Thank you very much for calling us. Because somebody that has that, being introverted and criticizing themselves will just say, maybe my English is not good enough. I'm not gonna call. But being able to call into the show tonight shows that you're on the right path. Well done, well done, and thanks to your amazing wife for supporting you. Yeah, because it's not easy. Constantly trying to reassure somebody. You see, this Ola that just called now understands what we're talking about. It's difficult, like I said to you, that it's not easy. They need constant react. If somebody is self-critical, it's a lot of work constantly trying to reassure them. But no, you are because they don't see themselves in the true way that they are. So, being a reassuring adult in their life is hard work. So kudos to his wife for playing that role. I give her flowers. God will bless her abundantly. So guys, do you see what we're talking about now? This is what we're talking about. I don't know. You guys finally somebody gets it what we mean. This is what we mean. And it's coming from a place of how do you get better? How do you get better? Because if we want to talk about extrovert, Nick DJ, I'm sending the link for you. Even if we want to talk about extroverts, do you think extroverts are people that are happy, go lucky people? Like people like me that are enjoyment. We don't have our low periods or no, everybody has things that they are struggling with. But as we always do, we're looking at solutions, okay? And the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because of when Kate said that Genevieve pulls away, she will just pull away. And I know that, there was talk about how she went through some mental health issues. And I said, okay, is there a link? And now we know from a doctor and from our research assistant, no, not research assistant, research executive, CC, that there is clinical evidence to support the link between some people who are very introverted and having low moods and some depression or mental health issues. I think the reason why people are rebelling tonight is because mental health is often associated with a lot of stigma in our community. So when you hear mental health, oh, ó ń sọ pé mo ya wèrè ni, mo ya wèrè o. No, people live with mental health successfully. There are different kinds of mental health. Most of the people in our community who have mental health is undiagnosed. We don't even know, but you should not say they are not okay. They are not all right. So it's not something that we should be dismissive or being in denial or being listening to canter and just no, don't be that way. Let's listen to learn. Thank you so much, Ola. I appreciate you. Ify, welcome to the studio. How are you, darling?
Good evening, Auntie B. I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good, darling. Welcome.
Thank you. Did you have a good day?
I did, darling. Ben, go away. Just go away. We're talking something serious tonight.
That's good.
Ben say, Auntie B, please say it loud. We extroverts go through a lot too. And people often don't see. Somebody who is an extrovert in the comment section said, when I need help, people don't believe that I need help. They think I have it all together because I talk too much. Oh my days. What do you have to
Yeah.
say?
And
Raben,
that, so I was
okay,
gonna
go
say
ahead.
I haven't seen the research, but what I know is anyone is prone to mental health is such a dicey situation. It only
Yeah.
takes a little thing to tip it off balance. Remember that stress bucket that you're always talking about. It literally only takes
Yes.
one thing to tip it off. But I'm a very, very extroverted person. People wouldn't know
Right.
by the way that I carry myself, but I'm the person that I don't really like going out. And I'll give
Mm-hmm.
you a story. There was a time when I was in uni and we'd all planned, I think it was 50 Cent that was coming. We'd all
Mm-hmm.
planned, that we were going out. Everyone had their makeup done. I had my makeup done. I was dressed.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 minutes before going out, I was like, I'm not going anymore. Just because the crowd, I could imagine the crowd in my head. And I was like, I really
Mm-hmm.
do not like crowd. I don't want to be in that space.
So,
I mean,
so
everyone
is
was
that
very
social
upset with me.
anxiety?
No, I wasn't anxious.
That would
I
be social
just don't like
anxiety,
crowd.
right?
No, I just don't like
Yeah.
crowd. I just don't like crowd. I don't know why. If there are too many people, I'd rather just not be there. I'm not anxious. I can't be there, but I would rather choose not to be there. I don't know
Right.
why I'm like that, but it's something that I've learned to live with. And there was,
Right.
because I'm trying to relate with everything that everyone had said previously. And in terms of someone mentioned that it could be that Genevieve is actually quite proud. You know what, Auntie B? My best friend
Mhm.
today would say to you, when I met Ify, I thought she was a very proud snob. And that's the story she always used
Right.
to start with everyone. Because when she met me, we met in uni. I'm the person that I like keeping myself to myself. I don't like mixing with other people. It's not because I'm proud, it's just because I don't like it. And that was what she knew then. But then I can't even remember how we got to know each other. We became really good friends. We were sharing things together in uni. We're still best of friends still today. But when she's starting the story to tell you or anyone else how we met, she'll be like, the first time I saw this girl, I thought she was a snob. I thought she was proud because and she gave all the attributes. But I'm not. I'm like, I'm not a proud person. I really do not like mixing with people. I've got 3 children, and I can tell you, and to be that from Monday morning, my children are planning for weekend already, which I love for them. Oh, I'm going out with, a friend. Oh, and they're like, Mommy, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to watch Netflix. I'm going to be in the house. I'm going to sleep. I'm the mom that has no plan, but my children they've got
All your plans
plans.
are within the house. You're the boring mom.
My children, they've made their plans from Monday for what they're doing Saturday and Sunday. And I'm the one that I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to be in bed. I'm going to just laze around in my house. And I don't know. I've just accepted that that's how God created me. And I know as well that I
Sure.
do go through period where I withdraw from people, but I wouldn't just withdraw from you. I'm not just going to ghost you. I will let you know, can I please have some moment
Mhm.
to myself? Please, I would like to not talk to you for a few weeks or for a few months. I just want to reflect. I just want to be by myself. I wouldn't just withdraw without you knowing. And I do that
Right.
quite a lot. The people that know me, that have been friends with me for long, they're just like, oh, okay, whenever you're ready, we're here. But the people that they haven't known me for
Right.
that long, they'll be like, oh my goodness, did I do something wrong? Have I done something wrong? And I'm like, no, it's not you, it's me.
Mhm.
It's very
Yeah.
strange and very bizarre, but I've come to accept that this is how God has created me. I've
Yeah, it's
tried
okay.
to
There's
change
nothing wrong with
myself.
that. As long as it's not, the only aspect of it where it becomes worrying, I mean, we are different. That is the beauty of God's creation. You are
Mm,
introverted, you don't like crowds, for you, that's fine. As long as it's not impacting on you negatively, then it's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong in
yeah,
it,
yeah,
honestly. Yeah,
yeah.
because some people, Sissy was like, I'm extroverted, but I don't like crowds,
Mm,
and also people that are extroverted, like I said, can be depressed as well. Comedians who are
mm,
always entertaining, stand in front of crowds, making jokes about themselves, about people, they can be depressed as well. So we are looking at
mm,
it from the point of view of the impact it has. If you are in that category whereby you think it might be impacting on your mental health, what you can do. That's what we are looking at.
yeah,
Or your child.
yeah.
For instance, you're saying that all your children are, very bubbly, making activities, want to go out. There are some children, they don't want to go anywhere. They don't want to go
Mm,
anywhere.
mm,
They are
yeah.
home. What do you want to do? Nothing. You want to go out to your friend? No, I don't want to go anywhere. So sometimes it becomes a problem too for parents. When you have a
That is
child like
very,
that, it's really difficult. Yeah.
yeah.
So
No,
it's
none of
difficult.
my none of mine are like
Mhm.
that. I'm just like, yeah, guys, do whatever you want to do. I'll be in bed. I'll be in bed. But
I'll be resting. to be
Yeah.
resting.
Yeah, but it can be
Yeah.
very hard being an introvert, because all the the characteristics that have been sort of like, I'm not very trusting of people. Everyone is guilty, and to be, until proven
Mhm.
innocent, everyone is guilty. And that's really difficult,
Right.
to live with, because again, when people are approaching me maybe to be friends, I'm like, what's your
What's
what's
your
your
agenda? What do you
underlying?
want?
Yeah, yeah,
What do you
yeah.
want from me? You're suspicious.
So it can be really, really difficult, and you want things to be perfect, and if people are not
Yeah.
able to meet up to your ideal, what you've got planned in your head or how you think it should be done, it is really, really difficult being an introvert. But I love it, because I love being by myself.
You're
I
happy.
don't really
If you're
like.
happy, then it's fine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. And like you said, if people do see that is, affecting them, like everyone has said, you're more prone to depression. It doesn't mean you're depressed, being an introvert. It just means you're more prone to it. It's more likely to happen to you
Be
because you don't
aware.
talk out to people. That's what that means. And if you do see yourself being on that path of going down depression, then what do you do? Especially
Yeah.
if you don't really talk to people, if you don't, I mean, again, I've got quite like 2 3 good friends. I don't have a lot of friends,
Mm-hmm.
but again,
Yeah.
that really helps. But it is hard being an introvert. Is very, very hard. It's not an easy thing.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, Ify, for your contribution. I do appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad your children, maybe their children took their dog from their dad. So that's amazing. You see how you can have children. Sometimes you'll be like, is this child from me? Yeah, we are created differently, and there's nothing wrong in it. We only talk about it because if there is something that is making that to impact on your life, like that our brother Ola that said he criticizes himself a lot, that's not a good thing. It's not. You can have superiority complex, which is bad, but you can also have inferiority complex, and self criticism is not good because it is you always looking at, oh, I'm not good enough. This thing I didn't do it enough. Always criticize. Even for you as a person, it's exhausting. It is exhausting, and it does impact on you negatively. Let's be honest, it does. And I'm so glad that that brother is aware of it. Okay, look at Ivy. Ivy said, I'm scared of friendship. She's the complete opposite of me. I thrive on friendship. I can make friends like I can make friends with anybody. I make friends so easily. I just see you now and chat you up. The other day, somebody was jogging and going past my house. I just stopped the person. He's a Nigerian and said, can I join you? We became friends immediately. That's how easy it is for me to make friends. I'm just somebody that can make friends, but we are different. So that's that. As long as it's not impacting on you negatively, do your thing. There's nothing wrong in it. But for children, you should be aware when you become a mom. Be aware, or a dad, be aware because with children, it's much more complex. Yeah. Okay. Bumi, hi, darling. Welcome.
Hi, Auntie B. How are you?
Hey, baby. You're right.
All right. How are you, Kay? You all right? Oh, what
Welcome.
up? Have you liked me? I've not liked what you told me.
Well, we're
When you
ready
said,
to like, oh. You could not like, oh.
please like, oh, when
Very
you said it, I
interesting
was
topic
like,
like this.
yeah, very interesting. I mean, I'm also guilty, but once I leave the studio, because if I leave the studio like this, I don't know if you add me, but please like it. 100K is the goal. Auntie B, I could share. We're done. Ah,
Àwa nìyẹn
so
o. Ẹ ṣé.
my I don't even have I don't CC has said a lot of English. Doctor, if I said English, my own is just to top up. I don't really have much to say. It's just an observation in regards to Genevieve's character. In the industry that she is,
Right.
like somebody has said, um, you do have your
Mm.
characters, you do have your personality traits and all that. But in the industry that you are, you have to, if you want to, and she has excelled in that industry, right? But if you want to stay relevant, maybe that's the word, because talent cannot be denied. If she wants to stay relevant, you have to find a healthy balance. So I think that's where she struggles, is the balance.
Right.
And that's why somebody
Mm-hmm.
like Kate Henshaw, that's how you can see that Kate Henshaw has been able to prevail and stay relevant, right? Because she's able to
Mm-hmm.
transcend into different decades. The younger decade, she's always online because her personality is totally different. Totally different.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Toke Makiwatsu.
Yeah.
She's been in the industry for a while. Totally different. And there are people that are also shy, people that just keep to themselves, but they show up because they understand the importance of showing up. They understand the importance of doing all these social gatherings. It's not because you are not talented. Unfortunately, talent cannot just keep you relevant. You need to do other things, right? So
Yeah.
if you want
Mm-hmm.
to remain relevant, you have to find a balance. There are plenty actresses like Angelina Jolie. She has said it that she's not an extrovert, but she always picks and chooses where the events she goes to, what she does, and we see her, we hear about her,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So that's what just my own 2 cents I wanted to add to the conversation and to
Okay.
be.
Thank you very much, my
Thank.
darling. I appreciate you. Thank you, love. Okay. Somebody is asking a very good question here. Before I come to you, Nick Deji. Eitayo Sharon said, I'm someone that always looks down on myself, even after people compliment me. Is that one of the introvert's traits? No, it's not. It's not. I don't think looking down on yourself is a question of whether you are extroverted or introverted. I think it's a question that's an attribute of of esteem, your self-esteem, the way you see yourself, okay? So when you don't see yourself in a certain way, even when people compliment you, then it's an esteem thing. You need to work on your self-esteem. That's not personality traits. It's an esteem thing. How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself that when people say you are beautiful, you don't see yourself as a beautiful girl? Or when you dress nice and somebody compliments you, oh, lovely dress. You don't see it that way. You say, this shabby dress is an esteem thing, Sharon. So you need to work on your self-esteem. Okay. All right. Nick, welcome, darling. How are you? I want in your Gbogbo Houston. Long
How,
time no see. I see you in the comment
how
section.
how are you? Can you hear me?
I'm good, my darling. How are you? It's been a while.
I'm well, thank you. Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It has been a while. Work has been kicking my butt, but I thank God I made it to this live.
Oh,
So,
you did. You did. Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
would say, some of the things Iffy said and the other caller said, I I feel like it speaks to me because a lot of times I would say I'm an ambivert, which is a social introvert. For the most part, we share qualities and personalities of both, but I feel like I'm more of a social introvert, meaning that I don't isolate myself, but I'm an extreme homebody. I love being at home. I prefer being at home. Unless there's a purpose to my going out, I'm at home. That's just me. But again, if I'm in social settings, I'm not quiet. I engage with small groups of people, but a lot of times, I think when people first initially meet me, because I'm quiet, I tend to observe my environment first and get to a place of comfort. After 5, 10 minutes, I'm scoping out the room, I'm scoping out people, and I'm like, okay, this person, I like their personality, blah blah blah. All this is in my head, and then I engage. So I tend to engage better with small groups than to be in a crowded area or to have, like, I don't like public speaking, but if you ask me to publicly speak, I can do it. I'm not going to, I'm not going to pass out from doing it. So there's different extremes to them. But growing up, I was a bit of a shy person. Um, but and I don't even understand why. I just think for me, it's just, again, I have to observe my environment. Is if I start a new job, if I go anywhere, but I'm also like you, Sister B, where it's like if I go to any place, like within 5 minutes there, everybody knows me because I'll crack jokes, I'll say something,
Mm-hmm.
slick under
Mm-hmm.
my breath. Then people be like, ah, so you can talk, you're like this. Even at work,
So
I
you
make
can
friends
talk.
with even at
Mhm.
work, when
Yeah.
I do talk to people, even people I work with, I can relate with so
Mm-hmm.
many people. It doesn't matter the level, whether they're the CEO, CFO, down to the, maintenance people. Everybody would know me. And, my bosses, all my bosses, I have good, rapport with them. My colleagues, I have good rapport. Even when I used to go to the office, everyone would come into my office just to chat with me for 5 minutes, just to ask a question,
Yes.
whether it's
Yeah.
work related or personal, because I can relate with people. And I think that also, when I was in college, I did years of customer service. So I encounter so many different kinds of personalities. And, I'm just able to gauge people, and just, I'm an empath. So I'm able to sense, where they're coming from or who they are. But all in all, 9 times out of 10, you always find me in my house. I'm like, so for me, I have to be more mindful to do social activities. Because
Yeah.
when I go out, I go out. I'm there. If you invite me to a wedding, if you invite me to a party, I'm there. But I also mentally have to psych myself up. Like, because me, I will talk myself out of it. I'll be like, do I have to go? Why do I have to go? Why don't I? But I have to be mindful to make that impact. There was another person I met, so many beautiful ladies when you came down last time, me and Shala. Shala is an
Yeah.
introvert as
Yeah.
well. And it's so funny. She reached out to me, and now we're good friends, to where we started doing
Really?
like lunch dates.
Ah.
Yeah. And she was telling me she's
Oh,
an
that's
introvert. And I
nice.
was like, how are you introvert when you're the one that reached out to me and we started doing lunch dates? So,
Oh, you
sometimes
see?
it's,
You see?
yeah, sometimes it's making those small
It's just
adjustments.
finding your own person. Yes.
Exactly. It's finding those small adjustments,
Mhm.
connecting on something
Mm.
that maybe you share in common, like we're both natural hair girls, you know, and I always welcome new friendships, great friendships. But, sometimes I don't think, like the other caller said, that he's very self-critical. I'm not self-critical,
Mm.
but I do, how can I say it? I do evaluate from time to time within myself, like, okay, what's going on? What
Yeah.
can we do to be better?
Yeah.
Especially like at work,
Yeah.
I take pride in my work.
Yeah, that's self-reflection, and that's healthy. That's
Yes,
really healthy.
yes.
It's different
So,
from
mhm.
criticizing yourself.
Go ahead. Sorry, Sister B.
Yeah, no. Now, I was just making a distinction between, criticizing yourself and, having self-reflective moments, which is quite
Correct.
healthy for you, especially in your professional life, where you need to look at, how did I do this? What can I learn
Correct.
from it? What could I have done better? It's a
Correct.
learning. We actually learn that. I learned
Hmm.
that how to be, because there's a science to it. Self-reflection is
Yes,
something that is taught. You need to learn the
absolutely.
science of being, reflecting. It's called um critical reflection. You look
Hmm.
at it from all angles, and
Hmm.
it's to make you better. So there's no
Yes.
negative in that. But
Yeah.
criticizing yourself, that's a different ball game altogether.
Yeah, and I mean, you shouldn't do that. And I think, and there's so many variations and distinctions. Like, I never, like, I used to have, I won't say I used to have, but I have moments when I feel imposter syndrome, right? When you're given this large
Right.
task or put in a high position, and then you feel like that you're not worthy of deserving. And it's so funny to me because you
Mm-hmm.
may think that yourself, but the way other people view you is like, oh no, she has it, she got it. And many times when
Yeah.
I get other people's feedback, because I welcome feedback. That's one thing about me. I don't play. I'm a straight shooter. And sometimes when I ask for feedback, whether from my leaders, I work on a project team, or my colleagues, sometimes people want to be politically correct. They want to sugarcoat. I tell them, don't sugarcoat anything. Tell me directly, because as soon as I know, I can fix it. If I don't know there's a problem, I don't know what to fix. So I do. So for
Hmm.
me, I self-reflect, but then I also receive feedback and apply the feedback so that I
Yeah.
can make those
Hmm.
changes and better myself. And it's not just work wise, but even in my friendships,
Hmm.
my relationships,
Yeah.
because, you
Hmm.
never know what the other person needs or what the other person wants. Like, going back to the
Yeah.
introvert comment, I understand, people are like, oh, introvert. Nobody is saying introvert, extrovert, one is good, one is bad. But I think when it's done to an extreme, it can be harmful, not only to that person, but also the environment in which they live in. So, like, for example, when somebody's so much introverted to where they isolate themselves, to where,
Mm-hmm.
they have no contact or they minimalize contact with their community of friends and family, it leads to other issues. We've seen during the time of, when the pandemic happened, there are people that are just naturally
Mm.
introverted, and because they normally don't, when people reach out, they don't pick up. When people say how are you, they don't want to see anybody. And unfortunately, when that
Mm-hmm.
person has now, are no longer here because maybe they fell sick but
Yeah.
nobody knew, and then
Yeah.
next thing you know,
Mm-hmm.
the EMT
They are
police, they go
gone.
to the house, and then it's like, oh, it's been a week, nobody knew it's been this, because you
Yeah.
isolate yourself.
Yeah.
So, when
Yeah.
things are, and if you're also an extrovert to where you're such a social butterfly and you have to be surrounded by everybody and anybody, and you don't really vet the people
Yeah.
around you, you can also put yourself
And
in
that's the problem.
situations, yes, that
That's the
it can
problem
be
as well.
dangerous to
Yeah.
you. I
Mhm.
have a friend that's a
Yeah. There are some
social
people that can't.
butterfly.
Yeah, there are social butterflies like that that can't be alone. They need to be with people all the time.
Yes.
That also has its own
Yes.
problems. Yeah.
And with this particular girlfriend, the one thing, I'm more about quality of friends than quantity. And this person is like,
Hmm.
she's more of quantity, but then it got to a point where, she's always telling the whole world her business. And then later on when she's hearing things back or
Oh,
is being used against her, then it's like, oh, but why? And I'm like, you can't tell everyone everything. And and I had to advise
yeah.
her, you have to pull back. Not everyone is your friend, not everybody wishes good for you. So again, I
Yeah.
think on any, whether you're an extrovert or introvert, if you're on the far extreme of any of these, is not too good. It could be harmful. If
No.
you're,
Hmm.
if you're somewhere in the middle, if you have some weaknesses in some areas, then you just have to, evaluate those areas and make improvements, because the improvement is for you and
Absolutely.
also for how you
Yeah.
interact and deal with others in your
Hmm.
environment. Like I said, personally, I don't like public
Absolutely.
speaking. But if they tell me at work I
Hmm.
need to stand up and give this presentation, guess what? Because money is involved, I'm going to do it.
You
Forget
will do
about
it. You
introvert.
find the motivation to do it.
I will motivate myself to do it because money is involved. That's my main motivation. So,
Paycheck is
everything.
involved. That's what I tell my kids. I say, if you don't want to do it, think about what you're going
Mhm.
to get from it. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you have to find an avenue.
Hmm.
So thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh, that was so, so rich. Thank you so much, Nick Deji. I appreciate
You're
you.
welcome.
My
Take
Houston,
care.
lovely, beautiful body, babe. Jesus, babe. God bless you. Thank you. I thoroughly enjoy. You have this. I told you this before, right? Your voice is so unique. I don't know anybody else that has the voice that you have. Your voice is special. Thank you. Thank you. Those are my Houston people. Chai, if I have to go to America again, I'm going to Houston. You guys, all over America, forget it. Houston, you guys, you have my heart. I love you guys. You are too much. Oh my God. Rebecca says, Auntie B, some of us are not lucky with friends. Oh, Rebecca, let's not open that chapter. You think because I make friends easily means I've always been lucky with friends? Friends have been dealing with me since secondary school. Not today. I beg, leave matter. But you know what? We move. We move. Honey babe, how are you? It's been a minute.
Hello,
Please
Auntie
unmute
B.
yourself. Let's stand up
Can
together.
you hear
You
me
okay?
okay? Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm gonna be transparent. I remember when I was in uni, I used to have hundreds and hundreds of friends on Facebook. And then people hear me on this program, but to be honest, it's like what a lot of people are saying is really funny. I struggle to go out sometimes. I will
Mm-hmm.
literally go on Netflix. People invite me to parties. I will find an excuse not to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that definitely over COVID, I was in my element. I didn't have to go anywhere. And when like
Mm-hmm.
people see me, I'm the life of the party, I'm commenting on shows and everything. But I remember when it became a problem about a year ago because my mum was like, you don't go out. I'm like, mommy, I prefer to watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer to just chill. I prefer to just watch YouTube. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You too. Netflix and chill.
and just chill. You
Yeah.
understand? And I remember,
Mm.
I think there was a time in January, I'm being quite open here. Got signed up for stress and anxiety because I was really, really struggling. I was struggling to deal
Right.
with my autistic son, my son that has ADHD, as I've mentioned, and work. So there was
Mm-hmm.
a time for in January that I got signed off for almost 4 months. I could not even get out of bed. Now I'm being very vulnerable
Wow.
here, but I'm trying to make people understand when you see me laughing and joking. I'm saying this as an example to
Mm-hmm.
people because people think that, oh, you're seeing someone laughing and joking going to a party. Doesn't mean that people are going
Mm-hmm.
through stuff.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I got counseling and everything. It was a case of should I take medication? No. The counseling really, really helped me. And I eventually went
Mm-hmm.
back to work. But even on a daily basis, I have to make the effort. So when I'm like texting like CC and stuff, I'm trying to be proactive to put myself out there.
Right.
Because there was a
Mm-hmm.
time, I think my birthday, because I cut myself from a lot of people when my son was born 12 years
Mm-hmm.
ago. Not one person wished
Mm-hmm.
me happy birthday last year,
Oh,
except for my mom.
oh wow.
I'm being
Oh
honest.
wow.
And a lot of people used to say, honey,
Wow.
used to say, you never call back, you never call back, you promised to go out. So a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
I found that
Mm-hmm.
I've lost touch. I went to a funeral,
Yeah. Yeah.
say about a week ago, and I saw someone I've not spoken to in 25 years. He said, where have you been?
Hmm.
People have been looking for you. So I'm just being open here. I don't have to, but I'm making
Mm-hmm.
people understand that sometimes it's not necessarily a case of you have a mental health, but sometimes even me, I'm realizing if I don't do certain things, I can feel myself
If you
going
don't make
back.
an effort,
Yeah,
yes. If you don't make an effort, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it can
You
impact
understand what
on
I'm
you
saying?
in other ways
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
Emotionally,
So
yes.
I've noticed that. And like I said, my son has ADHD and autism. So I'm realizing I don't want him to go through what I went through. So I'm actively
Mm-hmm.
saying, make do
Mm-hmm.
after school, do this. So what I'm trying to say is that even me, honey babe, that is always making noise, I go through my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's days where I won't speak to anybody. My mom will be like, I've not heard from you in a week. Mommy, I'm chilling. She will now be looking for me
Hmm.
because she knows I can go into
Yeah.
my shell. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to
So
put
you just
myself
have to
out
make
there.
an effort.
Mhm. You have to make
Mm-hmm.
an effort
Mm-hmm.
and realize that when we're saying introvert, it's not a negative thing. It's good if you're, like I said, if you want to, like, you're just a quiet person. But when it gets to a stage where
Yeah. You just
where it was affecting me,
yeah.
you understand, then you have to look at yourself
Mm-hmm.
and realize that you need help. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm being very open. I mean, like I said, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think I told you or even CC, but that's what I went through, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
realizing on a daily
And you know
basis
what?
if
I
I don't
didn't
do it.
even know when
Mhm.
your birthday. You know what? You're gonna send
My
me
birthday
your
was in
birthday.
November.
WhatsApp me your birthday.
No, it wasn't in a
Your
nasty
birthday
way,
is in
but I really,
November.
yeah, November the 20th.
Your birthday is in
Yeah,
November, so there's one coming up.
yeah.
Okay.
I think the
There's one
issue was
coming
is
up.
that
Oh my god.
yeah. So I think the issue was because I
Yeah,
cut
so we
myself
need
from
to
a lot
know.
of people. Because I cut myself from a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people, all of them I got to a stage they're fed up of trying to reach out to me because I've isolated myself,
Yes.
and I'm realizing
Yes.
yeah, I need to unlearn that behavior. So I'm saying this
Yeah.
because I want you to show that even honey babe, that's always ga ka 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 ka. I have my moments, and I have to
Yeah.
check myself sometimes, so I don't isolate
Right.
myself.
Okay.
So that's all I wanted to
So we're
say.
gonna celebrate your birthday this year. Yeah, we
I
will
didn't really
celebrate
like
it. Thank God
that
it
for
hasn't
anything.
gone
I just
yet.
wanted
We are going to
thank you
celebrate
very
it this year.
much.
I just pray I'm going to be around. We will celebrate. Send me the dates. Yeah. Just send me the
No
date in November
problem.
and then
No
we'll make
problem.
plans.
No problem.
Yeah.
So
Thank
yeah,
you
just
so much,
wanted to
my
say that.
darling. Yeah.
Thank you very much,
It's a
Auntie
good
B.
thing I ended the show with you because you said something so powerful now.
Yeah, yeah,
And the thing I love about you and Cece, you guys are British, and there's something
yeah.
about British people. You're always
Mm.
you put yourself out there. You're not ashamed to be vulnerable and use your own personal life experiences to tell stories, which is
If it
good.
helps
If
someone, yeah. If
yeah,
it helps someone, Auntie B, I will do it.
yeah,
I don't have to. I can be pretending,
yeah,
but I want people to understand that even me, I struggle. I really do struggle sometimes
Yeah.
in terms of friendships. I have
Mm-hmm.
people
Mm-hmm.
know me, but I don't keep friends because they get frustrated with me because it's
Yeah.
like she never picks up her phone.
Mm-hmm.
She's always canceling.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
should
something
stop
that I
picking
have
up
to
your
deal
phone,
with.
please. Stop
No
picking
problem,
up your phone.
Auntie.
When we invite you to come
Yeah,
out, make sure
yeah,
you get
yeah.
your behind
No problem.
and dress up and come out. Okay?
No problem. No problem.
All
Thank you
right,
very much,
darling.
Auntie
All
V.
right.
Take care.
Thank you
Bye
so
bye.
much, my darling. We're sending you hugs and love as always. You're our sister. We love you. And yeah, make an effort. I love that we're ending the show with Honey Babe saying, giving us that really good story, even though in a way it's something that really affected her. You see, God created man and created a woman because he didn't want man to be alone. In the same way that God wanted Adam to have a companion, we all need someone. Everyone needs, you cannot survive in isolation, no. You can't survive in isolation. I just like to keep to myself. Yeah, you can keep to yourself, but you need people. It might not be a big group, it might just be one or two people. It doesn't matter. For someone like us, during the same lockdown, I struggled. Everybody struggled during lockdown. And I remember that I couldn't wait to book a ticket to get out of this London. I just could not. The first place I went to was in was Kenya. Everybody was asking me, is the border open? The minute they opened the border, I was buying my tickets. I said, I felt like I was going to run out of my mind. Yeah. Everybody needs someone. We all need someone. And also, before I leave, I also want to reflect it to just relate it to romantic relationships as well. If you are this person that you are looking for someone, you say, I want to meet someone, I want to date this year, these are my goals, relationship goals, and all that. Please, whether you are extroverted, introverted, in between, it doesn't matter. You need to go out. Just put yourself out there. That's what Monica was telling you people off the other day. That get out there. You need to go out. So make an effort. Just make an effort. But most importantly, please be self-aware. Yeah. Be self-aware because for children as well, when you have children and your child is like that, it can have some very serious consequences. It's not going to be our portion, but we've heard of teenagers in the UK. This London, black Nigerian background children who went and by themselves. Yeah. You think, oh, it's just quiet because some parents relate to quietness and keep it to yourself like you are a good child. No. I want to know what is in your mind. What are you thinking? Tell me. So we need to be aware of it. So all you introverted people, extroverted people, just be aware that we can these things can impact on our health, mental health. And if like the doctor and other people who've read the science said that there's a link between people who are introverted and having mental health, don't take it as a criticism. Nobody's criticizing you. Nobody is saying that if once you're introverted, you must have mental health issues, but be aware of it. Okay? Be aware of it. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate you guys. Thanks to all the callers. It's been, and I thoroughly enjoyed this session tonight. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe. I want to talk about this list that Gist Lover has been publishing about. He said there are low down men that are low down agege men in Nigeria, in the industry. How many of you follow Gist Lover? You know, Gist Lover disappeared for a while. Now he or she is back. And Gist Lover has been publishing and publishing and publishing and publishing all these names. I'm going to look at it on Thursday. Let's use it to do cruise on Thursday. Who's ready for cruise on Thursday? Hmm? Who's ready? Okay, we're going to look at it. Let's use it and look at cruise because there are names there. There are so many names there. Oh. And we want to look at it from an angle of men that actually agege and they still marry. Go and marry and be doing agege. And there are other revelations that came out in those posts that I want to touch on as well. So Thursday, you want to hear Basbos from the wireless headquarters? Okay, report here on Thursday. We'll talk about it because a lot is going on. A lot is going on. Yeah, music, Entertainment industry, music, movies, and all that. Let's talk about it. Yeah, I did a screenshot because I don't know whether they're gonna cancel screen this lover's page. So I screenshotted it in case because we were reporting his page on the page. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Beyond beauty. Ha. June. You want me to talk about Kamala Harris and Trump? Hey, Joe. I'm not interested. I've not finished talking about Nigerian politics. What is my own? I don't have a card to vote in America. You people should vote for whoever you want. It could come me. It's none of my business. I visit America every other year. It's not my business. I'm not interested. Ah. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate you. Give us a thumbs up, and I shall see you on Thursday night. Gist lover. We're gonna be talking, gang. All right. Have a good evening and enjoy the rest of your week. Please give us a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. I shall see you soon. Bye, guys. Love you.